Old Trafford on Sunday at 4 p.m. BST or 11 a.m. ET. You're more handy with that. Are you prepared for one of the greatest rivalries in English football to resume? Two Dutch managers will be facing off against Manchester United and Liverpool in a match that promises to be exciting and plenty of drama. Two teams compete for bragging rights, history, and cultural differences. Both teams signed late transfer targets in the transfer window. United completed their acquisition of midfielder Manuel Ugarte from Paris Saint-Germain, while Liverpool signed Federico Chiesa from Juventus. Chiesa is not expected to play today against Old Trafford, according to coach Arne Slot, while Ugarte was not signed by the Friday lunchtime deadline that would have let him to participate. Thus, it's an opportunity for more seasoned players at each team to make an impression. Liverpool has won both of its Premier League first two games, 2-0 against Brentford and Ipswich Town, to give them 6 points going into this one. United has 3 points in the meanwhile. They opened the season on a Friday night, defeating Fulham 1-0, but they later suffered a 2-1 loss on the road against Brighton and Hove Albion. Before kickoff, we invited our senior statistical analyst Mark Carey, one of our Liverpool team members Andy Jones, and one of our Manchester United reporters Carl Anka to discuss some of the major talking topics. Ten Hag confronts a former enemy. Arriving in England 2 years ago, Erik Ten Hag was mislabeled by some as a student of Pep Guardiola and immediately went about turning United into a formidable transitional side. The strategy seems to be effective based on wins in the FA Cup finals and the Carabao Cup 2022-23. However, as he starts his third season at United, the Dutchman finds himself in an unusual situation. Manager seldom makes it through the dismal performance and internal discord that Old Trafford experienced in 2023-2024. It is even more uncommon for a manager to enter his third season at a club with so many uncertainties surrounding his team's performance in the key games. Ten Hag faces serious risks in a match against his countrymen Slot and Liverpool as a result. Ten Hag and Slot had 2 head-to-head matches during their time working in the Netherlands. Ten Hag won 2 and lost 2. His Ajax club was defeated by Slot-led AZ Alkmaar in both of their 2019-20 encounters. However, in 2021-2022, Ten Hag's Amsterdam team defeated Slot's Feyenoord. The last time the two teams played in an unofficial setting was this summer while on separate preseason trips in the United States. Liverpool defeated United 3-0 in Columbia, South Carolina, with goals from Fabio Carvalho, Curtis Jones, and Kostas Tsimikas. It will be the first time Ten Hag is the bookmaker's underdog against Slot on supporters. Sunday. The key concern is how their manager will handle being compared to the other excellent Dutch manager employed in the 2024-25 Premier League, while reviving the team's early season form. Leaving behind Liverpool's past season demons. Liverpool's season was destroyed by Ahmad's winner in the 120th minute of Manchester United's 4-3 FA Cup triumph in extra time at Old Trafford back in March, plunging them into a free fall from which they were never able to recover. The same themes ran through that loss and a 2-2 Premier League stalemate 3 weeks later, again at Old Trafford. Wasted opportunities, bad decisions, and expensive mistakes. In the cup match, Liverpool led 2-1 at the break and dominated the second half, but they were unable to get a third goal that would have sealed the deal, enabling United to equalize and force extra time. The narrative in the league game was similar. Despite dominating the first half, 15 shots to United's 0, Liverpool only lead 1-0 despite their better play and flawless execution of the game plan. Liverpool were left reeling as Jarell Quansah's careless pass early in the second half set up Bruno Fernandes' equalizer. Those errors cannot be made again. Although Liverpool has had some fantastic successes at Old Trafford in recent seasons, Slot does not bear such emotional wounds. His sole trip there as manager of AZ in December 2019 ended in a 4-0 loss in the Europa League group stage. He has to make advantage of it and ensure he is not intoxicated. Hopefully, a new strategy and a renewed perspective can permanently erase such memories. Pay attention to Liverpool's overlapping runs. The 2 Premier League games Liverpool supporters have had to see the tactical adjustments Slot has made to the team shown out last weekend. Specifically, Left-back Andy Robertson's many underlapping runs on both wings were especially noticeable. In order to extend plays and force the opposing fullbacks to come out and play one-on-one, Slot prefers to keep his wingers near to the touchline. Slot's fullbacks may take advantage of these openings in the opposition's defense, since this is a strategy the Dutchman extensively practiced throughout the preseason. After assuming more restrained positions the previous season to enable Trent Alexander-Arnold to press into midfield areas, Robertson's performance against Brentford was reminiscent of his daring self under Jurgen Klopp. The 30-year-old demanded the ball inside on many times with underlapping runs, which had several advantages. If he got it, he was in a prime position to make the shot himself or provide a cutback. In the event that he didn't get it, he could still pull a rival player and provide his left winger space to cut inside. Robertson's darting runs inside the opposing fullback may be something to watch out for, since United's defense has been a little erratic in their first 2 games. How is Ten Hag going to lost once against Liverpool in 5 official encounters since taking command at United? However, there was a 7-0 drubbing at Anfield in March 2023, the humiliation brought on by their opponent's incredible finishing and overconfidence in their forward push. That day, the United manager oddly selected Marcus Rashford as the center forward and 6 feet 5 inches, 197 centimeters tall, Wout Weghorst as the number 10 for Fernandes. When playing Liverpool, Ten Hag has often switched up his offensive options, so Sunday's matchup poses an intriguing dilemma. Does he stick with the 4-2-4 defense that was used in the earlier games, which may be a touch toothless but defends in a compact shape? Or will he go back to the tried-and-true 4-2-3-1 formation that he used for the most of his first season in charge? His intentions are derailed by Mason Mount's hamstring injury, as well as the sale of Scott McTominay. Joshua Zirkzee, an attacking player, might start in lieu of Mount, allowing Ten Hag to stay with the 4-2-4 formation. However, Ten Hag is more of a facilitator than a goal-scorer. The manager may start Alejandro Garnacho if the 4-2-3-1 formation is used. The 20-year-old might make Liverpool's defense scamper back to their own goal, since he presents a more direct running threat. Due to Ugarte's late registration, Ten Hag is expected to start Kobbie Mainoo and Casemiro in central midfield once again. In that league match against Liverpool in April of last year, the England international scored one of his season's goals. United supporters would be very appreciative if Mainoo could pull off the ruse today. A true examination. After Real Sociedad's Martin Zubimendi eluded Liverpool, Slot was forced to search inside for a solution to the number 6 problem that had persisted for so long. Ryan Gravenberch has been used in that capacity in the first 2 games, and his efforts have drawn acclaim. But going to Old Trafford is not the same as playing at Anfield against Brentford and supporting promoted Ipswich. For the 22-year-old, who is still learning the job, this will be a step forward. The archetypal number 6 in Slot is not the conventional midfield destroyer. In the first phase of Liverpool's build-up, he requires that player to be press-resistant, self-assured, and capable of moving the ball forward. Gravenberch has all of these attributes, because to his technical skill and ability to deceive opponents with ease by manipulating his physique. It's ironic that he now faces up against the manager from Ajax, who put him in a more senior position. Being a deeper player in the midfield means having more defensive duties. Since Ten Hag's United is at its most threatening during transition, this matchup will put Gravenberch's handling of such out-of-possession situations to the test against more experienced opponents. If he passes this exam, it may be a significant step closer to his taking over the number 6 spot. Weakness at the back end. Ten Hag felt that United was too defensively open during the previous season, but the team seems to be pressing harder and staying tight while out of possession, thanks to their 4-2-4 formation this time around. There are still some kinks to work out, notably their defense of back post crosses, when opponents do manage to get into their defensive third. They observed 2 easy goals conceded last weekend against Brighton as examples of this. Whether it was inadequate marking around the 6-yard box or a lack of pressure on the cross, it is obvious that United has to tighten up during this part of the game. The addition of Noussair Mazraoui as the new right-back should be an improvement over Aaron Wan-Bissaka, whose inability to stop crosses at the back was a recurring issue throughout his time at Old Trafford. Despite being a preseason exhibition match, Liverpool have already shown their vulnerability at the back post against United this summer. In the US encounter, Jones rushed into the box after Mohamed Salah crossed the ball, beating Wan-Bissaka to tap in from close range. Even though Wan-Bissaka went on to play for West Ham, such problems have persisted throughout the season so far. Liverpool's wide men provide a constant danger, so United's fullbacks will have to be alert and focused through to the very end. Is this game visible to me? Peacock is where American viewers may see it. The game will air on Sky Sports Premier League and Sky Sports Main Event in the United Kingdom.